welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido, and we're spending this week in Blackstrap Provincial Park, just south of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Come along. Blackstrap Lake was created in 1967 as a water reservoir on the Saskatchewan prairie for agricultural, industrial, and recreational uses. It measures 9 miles long, a half-mile wide, and up to 30 feet deep, filling the Blackstrap Coulee, left behind by the retreat of the Wisconsin Glacier some 10,000 years ago, and covering an area previously occupied by 2 small marshy natural lakes. Water used to flood and maintain the lake is gravity-fed via an earthen aqueduct from nearby Lake Diefenbacher, passing through 2 other man-made reservoirs en route. Local legend claims that the name for the region is derived from an incident involving the breaking of a barrel of blackstrap molasses during transport through the valley, thereafter becoming known as Blackstrap. Lining the eastern shore of Blackstrap Lake, Blackstrap Provincial Park was converted from a provincial recreation site in 1986 and includes a number of amenities only 30 minutes south of the city of Saskatoon. In addition to a conservation area, swimming beaches, picnic sites, a boat launch, and over 15 miles of trails for biking, hiking, and cross-country skiing, the park also includes 3 campgrounds, totaling more than 150 sites. The park's 2 robust concrete boat launches provide easy access for motorized boating, water skiing, windsurfing, kayaking, and canoeing, complemented by a dedicated fish filleting station. 239 different species of birds have been recorded here. Anglers will find walleye, yellow perch, northern pike, and whitefish in these waters, among other species. During the core summer months, a concessionaire also operates an aquatic adventure park just offshore of the main beach. When Saskatchewan was awarded the 1971 Canada Winter Games, it was painfully obvious to many that as far as the alpine skiing events were concerned, the province was a bit, well, to put it mildly, topographically challenged. But Saskatchewan responded, "Hold my beer, we'll build a mountain." And they did, piling dirt and discarded tires above the lakeshore bluff to create Mount Blackstrap and extend the slope's vertical drop by an extra 150 feet. Mount Blackstrap continued to operate as a ski hill until 2007, when the province was unable to find an operator to take over. And even though the ski lifts have since been removed, Mount Blackstrap continues as an anomaly, poking its head above the surrounding prairie. We've set up camp for the week in the park's Sunset Ridge Campground, constructed in 2016 as the park's newest, and the only one with full hookup sites. Our 20, 30, and 50 amp full hookup overlooking Blackstrap Lake is costing us $49 Canadian per night plus tax, or around $37 US at today's exchange rate. How many campgrounds have you stayed in that offer free firewood or their own waterfront tiki bar? And yes, dogs are welcome on the patio. It's a good thing that I'm confident in my own masculinity. Little Kahunas also provided my first delicious taste of poutine on our swing through Canada for 2026. With nothing to block the wind out here, it's been rather breezy through most of our visit to Blackstrap. The trailer has been rocking back and forth nearly every day here. And somehow, in the span of only 10 days in May on the Saskatchewan prairie, we've encountered everything from fresh snowfall last week to temperatures peaking at 96 degrees this week. Next week, we'll be back to highs only reaching the upper 50s. It's been a wild ride. A good night's sleep while camping begins with a comfortable mattress. And despite the persistent prairie wind, we've slept comfortably here at Blackstrap, enhanced by the quality RV mattress from our valued video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. Improve your sleep while camping with a new RV mattress from our video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. They offer 4 different mattress constructions in 21 different sizes, depending on preference and price point. Everything from standard queen to all of those funky, odd RV sizes. Brooklyn Bedding manufactures all of its mattresses right at their factory in Arizona. And RVmattress.com ships them right to your door for free, all rolled up and compressed in a vacuum seal. Just cut the wrap to unroll the mattress onto your bed, then cut the vacuum seal. For our mattress, Brooklyn Bedding starts with a layer of high-density foam for a supported base. Just above the base, an 8-inch core of over 1,000 individually encased coils provides the essential support. Immediately above the coils is a 1-inch layer of memory foam and 2-inch layer of hyper-elastic TitanFlex foam. Finally, at the very top is a 1.5-inch layer of antimicrobial Copperflex foam with Titan Cool, which is designed to maintain an ideal sleep body temperature of 88 degrees. Every RV mattress from Brooklyn Bedding comes with a limited lifetime warranty and a 120-night sleep trial. Visit RVmattress.com/grandadventure and use code GRANDADVENTURE to get a full 30% off your entire order. There are 2 other campgrounds within Blackstrap Provincial Park. The park's northernmost campground, and closest to the main beach, is Hazelnut Grove Campground. About half of Hazelnut Campground sites are along the lakeshore, and all are electrified. The Kevin Misfelt Campground is farther south along the lake, well past the main beach and directly below our campsite at Sunset Ridge. While Hazelnut is entirely electrified, the Kevin Misfelt sites are a mix of electrical and non-electrical. The Misfelt campgrounds also include showers, a playground, a Santa dump station, and a small beach. Both are far better protected than our campground from this week's prevailing winds. The resort village of Thode is on the lake's western shore, near the middle, directly across from the main beach at Blackstrap Provincial Park. It is home to approximately 156 people. Hillcrest Hutterite Colony is located just west of Thode. It was established in 1969 and is a division of the Leask Hutterite Colony. The resort village of Shields is on the lake's northwestern shore and is home to approximately 172 people. It has a golf course, which includes a view of Blackstrap Lake that is maintained locally by the community of Shields. In addition to the full-time residents, Shields and Thode have summer cottagers who are not reflected in the population numbers. But those are just small, purpose-built lakefront resort villages. The only real community nearby, Dundurn, is just a few miles west of Blackstrap, with a mere 647 residents. As well as being an agricultural town, it is a bedroom community for both Saskatoon and Canadian Forces Detachment Dundurn, which is located 4 miles north of town. There's not much in Dundurn other than an unbranded gas station and convenience store out by the highway. And here, in the town's main business district, there's a single-stall self-serve car wash, an Oriental food takeout in a house, and Big Mer's Tavern, which seems to be something of a quirky local hangout. They've got a unique way of advertising Big Mer's on just about every road in the town. Tuesdays are wing night, where a dozen chicken wings will set you back less than $10 US. And they're fabulous. And Thursdays will get you a burger for a whopping $2 Canadian, or $1.46 US with each drink purchase. In other words, one beer, one burger. Rather than a plain hamburger, I went with the loaded cheeseburger for only $3.70 US. You can't beat that deal anywhere. Canine companions are encouraged on the patio. To quote Tanya behind the bar, we love pups, but it's just too hot today to bring Zoe. Wilson Museum in Dundurn is housed in 3 buildings. The Woodview School, built in 1940, an authentic 1903 farmhouse, and a new museum building, all reportedly filled with a multitude of artifacts. Viewing is by appointment only. Wilson Museum also has its own 10-site campground, all with full hookups for only $25 Canadian per night, or around $18 US at today's exchange rate. The sites are reservable, and all proceeds from the campground go towards the preservation of the Wilson Museum. Just like our previous stop at Buffalo Pound, Blackstrap is another Saskatchewan Provincial Park that's all about the trails. It's a lot of fun to blast down some of the 15 trail miles here as they bob and weave through the coulees lining the lakeshore. And just like Buffalo Pound, ticks are a real thing here too, which is why I'm biking in long heavy jeans and tall socks at 95 degrees. But that still didn't stop 3 of them from latching onto me during this ride. Riding up that. And here we find ourselves atop windy Mount Blackstrap, with a commanding view of the lake below and the prairie beyond. All that's left of the ski lift's top terminal are the concrete foundations. We'll bring you to nearby Saskatoon, the largest city in Saskatchewan, right after we take a quick ad break to pay the bills. So stay tuned. Just north of the provincial park is the beginning of the transition zone, where the treeless, windswept prairie begins to relent to the northern boreal forest. Although most folks think of open plains when they think of Saskatchewan, in fact, more than half the province is covered by the thick boreal forest, comprised of black and white spruce, jack pine, and balsam fir, intermingled with deciduous paper birch and poplar, and dissected by endless lakes, rivers, and peat bogs. While we're just seeing the start of the transition here, just north of our camp, the forest truly takes over around another 100 miles further north. On the way to that northern forest, and only about a half-hour's drive north of Blackstrap Lake, is Saskatoon, Saskatchewan's largest city that spans the banks of the South Saskatchewan River. The city itself has a population of 266,000, expanding to 317,000 when adding in the city's suburbs. The city's name itself is derived from the Cree word Misaskatoon, which refers to the sweet purple Saskatoon berries native to the region. Modern European settlement began in 1883, when the Toronto-based Temperance Colonization Society set out to establish a dry agricultural utopia free from the perceived social ills of alcohol. While the temperance colony eventually folded, the arrival of the railway in 1890 guaranteed the town's survival and rapid growth as a major transportation hub city. Today, Saskatoon serves as the primary economic engine for central Saskatchewan's massive agricultural belt, processing and distributing wheat, canola, and rye. It is also a global powerhouse for resource extraction, acting as the corporate hub for some of the world's largest producers of potash and uranium. We hope that you've enjoyed visiting Blackstrap Provincial Park and Saskatoon, Saskatchewan with us. If you did, it is extremely important to us that you give us a huge thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, that's where you're going to find the comments section. That's where we'd love to hear from you each and every week, because we produce new RV adventure travel videos each and every Wednesday. We're going to get packed up here. We have one more stop in Saskatchewan before we cross eastward into Manitoba, and that's going to be at a third Saskatchewan provincial park called Echo Valley, northeast of Regina. So if you're not yet a grand adventurer yourself, there is no better time than right now for you to go smash that little subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a grand adventure. We'd also be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. So until next Wednesday from Echo Valley Provincial Park, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.